Good morning, students. I hope you all enjoyed summer vacation. Today I am going to take lesson on money and credit. Before I take lesson, I would like to ask few questions. What is an important function of money? The important function of money is medium of exchange. People use money in markets for buying and selling goods. In ancient period or medieval period, people used barter system. What is meant by barter system? Exchanging of goods. In our country, Guptas were the first rulers who introduced golden coins. Even Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced in medieval period copper coins. Okay, let me start lesson. Introduction. The use of money stretches a very large part of our everyday life. Have you ever wondered why transactions are made in money? The reason is very, very simple. A person holding money can easily exchange it for any commodity or service that he or she wants. If you want to buy anything, you can go to shop and we can buy anything with the help of money. Thus, everyone prefers to receive payments in money so that people can exchange the money for things they want very easily. Double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants means the buyer and seller have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. That is the meaning of double coincidence of wants. Now I am going to explain this double coincidence of wants with an example. Take the case of shoe manufacturer. Shoe manufacturer wants to sell shoes in the market and he wants to buy wheat. The shoe manufacturer first, he has to exchange shoes that he has produced for money. Then exchange the money for wheat. Imagine how it is difficult. He would have to look for a wheat growing farmer who not only wants to sell wheat but also wants to buy the shoes in exchange. That is, both parties have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. This is known as double coincidence of wants. In a barter system, goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, already I told you. The double coincidence of wants is an essential feature of barter system. Here I want to ask you two questions. What is meant by double coincidence of wants? Explain with an example. Double coincidence of wants means the buyer and seller have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. You have to give example, the shoemaker example or shoe manufacturer example you can give. And what is meant by barter system and what is an essential feature of barter system? Barter system means exchanging goods. The essential feature of barter system is double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants means both parties have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. Importance of money. Money provides crucial intermediate step in buying and selling process. Money eliminates the need for double coincidence of wants. When we have money, we can go directly to the market or shop to buy anything. If no longer necessary for the shoe manufacturer to look for a farmer who will buy his shoes and at the same time sell him wheat. All he has to do is find a buyer for his shoes. Once he has exchanged his shoes for money, he can purchase wheat or any other commodity in the markets. So he is a, see the picture, he is a wheat producer or wheat milk man he is. So people should have mutual understand to buy each other products. So barter system means we need to have double coincidence of wants. If it double coincidence of wants is there, barter system is possible. But what barter system and its limitations? The system of exchanging goods is known as barter system, already I told. What are the limitations of barter system? Lack of double coincidence of wants. What is meant by double coincidence of wants? The buyer and seller have to agree to exchange their products. So the major problem with the barter system is lack of double coincidence of wants. Even valuation of goods also very difficult. Valuing the good, giving value to the goods. There are many products which cannot be divided. Someone want to buy cow or cattle with limited grains. It is not possible. Barter system is time consuming also. We need to go search of a person who wish to buy our products. These are the limitations of barter system. Money acts as an intermediate in the exchange process. Since money acts as an intermediate in buying and selling process, it is called medium of exchange. What are the uses of money? Money is used as a medium of exchange. Money is used for purchasing goods and services, and we can store money in bank, we can keep it safely also. The traditional forms of money. The traditional forms of money includes gold, silver and copper coins. You know, these metallic coins had its own value. Gold coins we can use for some other purpose also. At present we use paper currency. So already I told you that gold coins were introduced by Gupta dynasty in 3rd century AD. These coins, no, Gupta period coins. Modern forms of money. Modern forms of money include currency. Modern forms of money include currency, that is paper notes and coins. Modern currency is not made of precious metal like gold, silver, copper. That's why modern currency is without any use of its own. You take old 1 rupee or 2 rupees note. Do you think that those currency notes are value now? It has got value now? No. So modern forms of currency means you have to say that it includes paper notes and coins. It is not made up of precious metals like gold or silver and copper. The modern currency is without any use of its own. You may get a question like differentiate between traditional forms of money and modern forms of money. You can say traditional forms of money include gold, silver, copper coins. It had its own value. Modern forms of money include paper notes and coins. It is not made up of precious metals like gold, silver and copper. The modern currency is without any use of its own. Why is money accepted as a medium of exchange? Money is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of the country. In our country, RBI issues currency notes on behalf of the central government. As per Indian law, no individual or organization is allowed to issue currency. If they issue currency, it is illegal and it's a big crime also. Moreover, the law legalizes the use of rupee as a medium of payment. No individual in India can legally refuse when payments are made in the form of rupees. That's why rupee is widely accepted as a medium of exchange. What are demand deposits? People deposit their extra money with the banks by opening account in their name. Banks accept deposits and also pay an amount as interest on the deposits. In this way, people money is safe with the banks. You all know that. People also have the provision to withdraw the money as and when they require. Since the deposits in the bank accounts can be withdrawn on demand, so these deposits are called demand deposits. There is one interesting facility of demand deposits. It offers one interesting facility. Payments we can make by giving checks to people also. But one thing, the person should have money in his account. What is a check? Check is a paper instructing the bank to pay a specific amount from the person's account to the person in whose name the check has been issued. What are the advantages of check? Check is easy to carry and the safest mode of transaction. Say one example, check. Here the check was given on Prem Kumar name, 57,000, given by Satish. So example for check, this is loan activities of banks. Banks keep only small proportion of people deposits with them. In our country, 15% of people deposits banks hold with them every day. This is kept as provision to pay the depositors who might come to bank to withdraw money on any given day. Since on particular day only some of its members come to withdraw cash, so the bank is able to manage with this cash. Banks use the major portion of the deposits to extend, to give loans to people. There is a huge demand for loans for various economic activities. They give loans for buying a flat or a house, to start small scale business, etc. Banks make use of the deposits to meet the loan requirements of the people. In this way, banks act like a mediator between those who have surplus money and those who are in need of these funds. You know one thing, children, banks charge higher rate of interest on loans than what they offer on deposits. At present, if you deposit some amount in a bank, 1 year duration, they are giving 50 paisa interest. If you take loan from SBI, they are charging 7.75. That means 75 paisa interest rate. They are charging. See, when we deposit, they are giving 50 paisa interest there. But when we take loans, they are charging 75 paisa interest rate. So the difference between what is charged from borrower and what is paid to depositors is the main source of income to the banks. I hope it is clear for everyone. See, these people, they have got surplus money, they are depositing money with the bank. These people are in need of money. They are taking money from the bank.